Have you ever stood in front of a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and thought, one day that's going to be mine? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how buying your first exotic car or supercar can either destroy your finances or actually set you up for wealth and opportunity. Because let's be real, buying a supercar isn't just about flexing on Instagram. Done the wrong way, it's financial suicide, but done the right way, well, it can open doors that you never even imagined. Now, don't click away because in this video, I'm going to walk you through the math behind owning a $300,000 supercar, the mistakes that most buyers make, and the smarter strategies experts use to minimize risk, avoid massive depreciation, and even leverage these cars for business opportunities. So, most first time buyers make the same mistake time and time again: emotional buying. They see their dream spec sitting on the lot and they let excitement take over. Now, maybe they went just to look, but believe me, dealerships know how to spot that. If you're earning $150,000 a year, trust me, they'll happily finance you into a $300,000 Lamborghini Huracán. Now, on paper, it sounds like you've made it, but in reality, well, it's a recipe for disaster. So, while we're here, let's run the numbers. A $330,000 Huracán with 10% down, financed over 60 months, means that you're paying roughly $5,000 a month. Now, if you make $150,000 annually, your monthly take home after tax is about $8,500. So that means nearly 60% of your monthly income is going straight to your car note. And remember, that's before insurance, before maintenance, and before anything else. You're not living the dream, trust me. What you are doing is strangling yourself financially. So the big question is, what would it take to afford that car responsibly? Well, the rule of thumb is no more than one third of your take home pay going towards your car payment. So that means you'd need to bring home $15,000 a month, roughly $270,000 a year before taxes, just to make that Huracán remotely sensible. And even then, well, it's still not what many financial advisors would call a wise move. Because beyond the monthly payment, don't forget, you're also losing money in three areas: depreciation, interest, and insurance. Now, over 5 years, you'll pay about $68,000 in interest, you'll lose around $100,000 in depreciation, and another $25,000 in insurance. For those not too good at math, that's nearly $200,000 gone, and that doesn't even include repairs or surprise service bills that can easily run into five figures. So you ask, what's the smarter way? Well, start by eliminating the very biggest expense, and that's depreciation. Never ever buy brand new. Look for cars that are at the bottom of their value curve, where prices have already dropped and they've begun to stabilize. So, for instance, a Ferrari 458 Spider is a classic example. It's already leveled off in value, and some are now even appreciating. A 3 to 4 year old Huracán is another great option. And here's the kicker: believe me when I tell you, 99% of the people out there cannot tell the difference between a 2020 Huracán and a 2025 Huracán anyway. You'll still get the stares, I promise you. You'll still get the photos and the head turns, but you'll do it without lighting $100,000 on fire the moment you drive off the lot. So now we've done that, let's talk about financing. Now, this is where buyers often get fleeced. See, dealerships make huge profits on interest markups. So, to avoid this, you need to have a solid credit score, ideally around 740 or higher. Now, that guarantees you access to the best possible rates. And here's the pro tip: always ask about the buy rate. That's the interest rate that the bank actually approves you at. The dealership often marks it up by 1 or 2 points just to pad their profits. So if you don't ask, I promise you, you'll never know. And for the love of God, whatever you do, don't sign a 7 or 8 year loan just to get the payment down. Believe me, that's not stretching smart, that's just drowning slower. Stick to 5 years max, and only if the numbers actually make sense to you. But here's where the strategy gets interesting. Imagine instead of rushing into financing, you save towards your dream car over 5 years. Now, if you can put away $66,000 a year and invest it conservatively at an 8% average return, well, you'd have $420,000 after 5 years. Now, compare that to the buyer who financed the car immediately. Their $330,000 Huracán is now worth maybe $137,000 after depreciation. Plus, they burn through interest and insurance. The difference? Well, for those good at math, over $280,000 of lost potential wealth, all because they couldn't wait. Now, here's another layer that most people don't think about. It's not just about saving money, it's about positioning yourself. If you're patient and you save, you're not just buying a car, you're actually buying leverage. See, you walk into the dealership with options. You don't need their financing. You don't need to say yes to a bad deal. And here's the biggie on this. You can walk away. And trust me when I say this, dealerships always give the best offers to people who can walk away. That power alone can save you literally tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's say you take it a step further. You build an investment account, then you loan yourself money against it. Your portfolio keeps growing, you keep earning compound interest, and at the same time, you've guessed it, you're driving your dream exotic car. Now, this is how the wealthy play the game. Their money works in two places at once, and that's the difference between looking rich and being rich. And by the way, there's also a business angle. See, a supercar isn't just a toy, it can also be a tool. Entrepreneurs have used them as content machines, as brand builders, and even tax write offs when structured correctly. Some people put their cars into rental fleets or use them as backdrops for high ticketing marketing campaigns. Now, done strategically, the car that looks like an expense, well, it can actually become a business asset that generates revenue or at the very least offsets costs. But that only works if you treat it as a real business move, not just a vanity project. And here's the part that often gets overlooked: opportunity cost. See, every dollar you tie up in a depreciating liability, well, it's a dollar you can't put towards assets like real estate, stocks, or even building your own business. Far too many people chase the short-term dopamine hit of owning an exotic car, and they miss out on building long-term wealth that actually could have allowed them to own multiple cars down the road. When you delay gratification and you invest wisely, believe me, you're not saying no to the car, you're actually saying yes to buying it in a way that doesn't cripple your financial future. So here we go with the bottom line. People didn't get rich and then start thinking rich. They started thinking rich, and that mindset eventually made them wealthy. See, if you chase the lifestyle before building the foundation, that car will own you. But if you approach it strategically, buying at the bottom of the curve, securing the best financing terms, and even leveraging your investments, well, you'll own the car. You'll keep your wealth and maybe even build more from it. So, which dream car are you saving for? Do me a favor, guys, drop it in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who's dreaming about their first Lamborghini or Ferrari. And remember, cars are fun, but there again, money is freedom. Learn to play both games wisely, and I'll see you guys on the next one.